So, as Bill would say, since he can't pronounce Ilya's name in Russian at all, he would say, "Great job, Eli. Good work, man." This is kind of improvised, but I have everything written out, but this is something I wanted to mention. This weekend I've made some observations, and what I've noticed is Bill and Julie cannot stop smiling, knowing that Jeff is going to be partners with Brittany for the rest of their life, especially Bill. So I want to give a round of applause to you guys for making such a beautiful daughter and recognize such a great man. And I want to also, Barb, Doug, you guys must be thrilled that being from Highland Park, Jeff met a nice girl from Deerfield, Jewish. I mean, what else do you need? Beautiful. So, round of applause to you guys. Me being a father of a 3.5-year-old, what I've noticed is when you invest in your children, you get good return on your investment. And the smiles you guys have today is unbelievable. So tonight's been, truly a fantasy turned reality. And we witnessed the two most beautiful, considerate, composed, and yes, tallest people get married tonight. And we get a chance to look up at them all night long and celebrate. Jeff, you truly are my brother from a much, much taller mother. What's up, Barb? Only 12 years ago, we met at Bradley University. We had a pretty good routine. We would play basketball for 5 hours a day. Then we would go drink shots of classy Burnett's vodka, not the plastic kind. And, we'd drink shots until we had enough courage to go talk to girls. And then we would end our night in failure at La Bamba's Mexican restaurant or Bachi's Pizza, eating the night away.
Yeah.
So, but our theme together has always been getting out of our comfort zone. And I've heard that comfort zone word a lot tonight, and actually this weekend. But that's been our theme. And as college progressed, we got better at basketball, and we got much better at talking to girls. In fact, both of us met our current wives now at the club. Imagine that, right? And honestly, I think we did just fine. Look how beautiful she is. Round of applause for Brittany. So before I was married to my beautiful wife Rita, sitting right over there, what's going on there? I was married to Jeff. Let me explain. They say strong friendship can be built on one commonality. Well, after both of us graduated college, we both worked at Aramark grinding sales out. We killed it. Then we would go after work, play ball, sit in the sauna. We'd go play ping pong. We'd eat a lot of food. I can't believe I'm not 100 times bigger than I am right now. Eating with this guy. This guy can eat a lot. But ultimately we just had a good time. And then we would go downtown to the clubs and stand outside of them in long lines. We got better at getting a little bit closer to the front too. Jeff got good at talking to bouncers. But every part of our lives we had in common. And so much that, if you remember, Jeff, I witnessed your GPS get stolen twice within the same week. Export and outside of Enclave Club downtown. I told you to put that in the glove compartment. And you're so much a part of my family that my father, who speaks broken English, would see Jeff at a family party, get excited, run up to him, and start talking in Russian. Jeff would just nod his head, not understanding a damn thing at all. So, props to you there, man. Part of my family. My dad loves you. Parents love you. So, that's all great. What did I learn from you being around you 24/7? Well, at work, I learned that Jeff has pride, reputation, and dedication that cannot be matched. We all know how successful he is. I got a job at Aramark because I knew this guy, and his name carried a lot of weight and respect, and it was very easy for me to get a job there just saying Jeff is my friend, and I thank you for that. And the cool thing is, you're still a legend there. People still talk about you to this day for what you accomplished, okay? So, picture Jeff now at work, driving in his little mini Subaru, which he barely could fit into, up to Waukegan, no Highland Park or Deerfield, if you guys can imagine. This guy would have a custom fitted suit, Italian leather shoes. He'd walk into these little auto mechanic shops, 1 or 2 employees max, and he would get a lot of sales. And I was always wondering why. Well, hindsight, they probably thought you were part of the IRS or something, or you would eat them. I don't know. And honestly, you worked your ass off though, and that's why you were successful. And you got me out of my comfort zone, and now I'm a sales manager at Airmark 7 years later, and you're walking into Fortune 500 companies that spend millions of dollars with you, but now you're wearing polos and loafers. Kind of weird, huh? Just proud of you, man. On the court, what did I learn from you on the court? Well, on the court, I learned that you want to be as quick as me and as skilled as me. And I just want to be as tall as you. That's about it. When picking teams, people would pick me second and Jeff first for obvious reasons. But they would have buyer's remorse right afterwards as the game started. Definitely remember that. But, and honestly, there'd be no one I'd want to do a screen and roll with rather than you. You've scored thousands of points together with a nice screen and roll. Maybe Ilya, but I mean, honestly, it was cool. Socially, what I learned from you, I mean, we've done Spartan races together, basketball leagues together, we've done so much, countless birthdays. We've done Miami trips, Denver, recently for the bachelor party, Austin, Dominican with our couples. And the trip that comes to mind is Bahamas. We went to the Bahamas 2 months after I met my wife, Rita. And I asked Rita first because it was, a free cruise that I won, and we were just dating for 2 months. She rejected my invitation. So I asked Jeff. And Jeff, being the tallest and proudest Jew in the North Shore, this was an offer he could not refuse. A free trip to the Bahamas. And I think a lot of you have been on a cruise before, and you know how small the cabin rooms are. Well, now picture Jeff, 6'8", limboing inside that cabin. I mean, it was a sight to see, and I spent literally 4 days getting hit in the head with his elbows, dodging and ducking his twisting and turning body. Made me appreciate being with regular-sized people. So it was a good trip. But besides that stuff, what I learned about Jeff in the Bahamas is he's one of the most congenial people I've ever met. Jeff is somebody that can really, literally anybody. Although physically he can look down on people, he doesn't look down on them mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. He's somebody that can connect with and have a conversation, and that's what makes him successful at the current job that you have now, and it's going to continue your success, and I thank you for that. Your positivity, honestly, has rubbed off on me, and it's made me the tallest version of myself, and you do that for all your friends. So I thank you, and I admire that about you, Jeff. And, enough about you, Jeff. I want to say a couple words about Brittany, because I could literally talk here for days, and we got to get back to dancing. Why are you lucky to have Brittany for the rest of your life, as a partner? For one, she's gorgeous. Looks like a princess tonight. You're so lucky to have someone like this next to you. Brittany's made you a better person. She's made you a happier person. And I think that you've recognized that, and I think your whole family's recognized that. When I think of Brittany, I think my wife is someone I want my daughter to be like. Brittany's in that category. She's compassionate. She's trustworthy. She's trustworthy. She's somebody that puts others before herself, genuine, down to earth, and patient. Why is she patient? Well, she deals with all of Jeff's imperfections, such as his ability to customize every order he's ever seen at a restaurant. And you wonder why they get it wrong sometimes. He hasn't seen a menu he can't adjust. And his ability to, brush his teeth 7 times a day while chugging mouthwash. He's probably gonna go right after my toast to clean his mouth. But I'm proud of both of you. You guys work. Your place is spotless. You guys love working out together, or separately, but you guys like to be healthy. And you guys really are a good team.
It's not even done yet.
And here's what I'm gonna say. You guys are also both very tall. We've heard that a lot, right? And I'm so excited to teach your future child NBA star, who's gonna be at least 8'2", gotta be, how to dribble and shoot a jump shot. Ilya, you can teach a kid how to play defense, your specialty. And Jeff, you can teach the kid how to whine and ask for the ball to be passed to you, your specialty. For those of you who have ever played ball with Jeff Tar. And lastly, a couple last things. I just want to congratulate Jeff for literally closing the biggest, most important, and rewarding sale of your life. Brittany. That right there is the greatest one of all. And a piece of advice. Never question or laugh at any of Brittany's choices. Remember, you were one of those choices. Okay? I can give you some more rabbi-like advice later in private. So, to close, I'm proud of both of you guys for finding each other. Cherish tonight. Your closest family and friends are here supporting you and celebrating with you guys. And when the wedding ends tonight, the celebration does not need to stop. I love you both very much. From my family, my small family I'm building, to hopefully the family you guys are going to be building, we love you both. Let's raise a very tall glass. Woo!